I just wanted to put this short video together to show you the power of these recurring chart patterns. And what we can see on the 1 minute Euro US dollar chart, if we look over the left hand side, we can see that at this particular point early on this afternoon, the price was pretty much trending in a sideways direction, and it was bouncing off the 118.25 target line here. At this point here, price starts to consolidate above the moving averages, and what we have is that the stochastics are moving blue over red in an upward direction, and the MACD looks like that's moving in an upward direction with a blue line over the red here. And we can see that the US dollar index is moving in a downward direction, and what happens is that if we'd have taken this trade on, it moves to the upside. There is about 10 pips to be had there. Price just simply falls and stagnates outside of the Bollinger Band, then it breaks to the inside. We see that price is now moving in a downward direction. It's coming under the moving averages here. We can see that the stochastic has almost reached the 80% overbought area and is moving in a downward direction with the red over the blue. On the MACD, we can see the red over the blue with the histogram moving in a downward direction. More importantly, we can see the US dollar index moving in an upward direction with the moving averages also moving in an upward direction. Had we taken on the trade lower down around about this particular area here, we could have had a 12 pip move to the downside. Now price has simply stalled at this area. We are oversold. It's just come up to the top of the Bollinger Band, come back down again. At this point it started to consolidate above the moving averages with the Bollinger Band opening up, indicating that's potentially going to be a move for the upside. That is also reflected on the 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minutes and 1 hour candlesticks. They're all in a blue colour at this particular time, denoting that they're being bought. And sure enough, we can see that the US dollar index is now coming under the moving averages. We can see the histogram is moving in an upward direction, and it's moving over the zero axis. We've got the blue over the red. At this point we've got the blue over the red. So had we taken on the trade around about this area here, there are over 20 pips to the upside. If we'd have taken it right at this point here, there are 22 pips. We come down, our Bollinger Bands are moving in an upward direction, indicating that the price could hit these and then potentially move up. They haven't, they've just gone sideways again. And what we can see is that at this point price action has moved above the moving averages, and we are correlated in terms of the stochastics having been oversold, now crossing over. So we have a blue above a red. We have the histogram moving in an upward direction above the zero axis, blue over the red here. More importantly, on the US dollar index, we can see that this is starting to move in a downward direction. Our trigger line is underneath, and sure enough, price pops up to the upside. There are 5 pips to be had there. Now we could have taken the sell side here, but I'm really like to look for price to reflect off of something. It looks like it's consolidating around this particular level here. This is around a 118.35 level. It's bounced off here. We have some price action moving down underneath the moving average here. We can see the Bollinger Bands are moving in a downward direction. Again, we have the red over blue, the US dollar index moving in an upward direction now with the trigger line above showing the red over the blue. So we could look to take this trade to the downward side, and again it's come down. There are 7 pips there. It's hit the target line there of 118.25, That has actually pierced the 5-minute Bollinger Band, and price has simply reflected upwards. So we're going with the oversold and overbought stochastics on that particular occasion. However, we can wait for our cycle to return a short time after. At this point we can see the price is fading. It's coming under the moving averages at this point, and we have about 9 pips to the downside had we taken it at this point. Again, that's reflected by the stochastics being overbought around about the 80 level, and with the red over the blue. Again, we can see this recurring theme on the downside with the histogram moving in a downward direction with the red over the blue here, and again our trigger line is moving in an upward direction. So more pips to be had there. Again, even at this point you can see there is a small upside to be had there, 3 pips there. And then if we look over here we can see that price action has faltered just above the 118.25 level, and when you've had several attempts to go higher and nothing's happened there really, there's only one thing that can happen, and the price is going to puncture down through this key target area, and that's exactly what's happened. Again, this is a move of 18 pips to the downside, and it simply reflects the screen patterns, the recurring patterns that we've seen in these past several instances.